Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Come on. It's Taco Tuesday. It's TacoTuesday.com. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another edition of the TacoTuesday.com podcast. We are out of the studio today. We are here in Fullerton at Madero 1899. We have the chef. I'm your host, Corey. As always, we have our co-host, Crawford. Today, we are so stoked to be joined by another co-host, Chelton.
Hey.
And we have Chef Dave here from Madero 1899 joining us.
Hey, guys.
Welcome
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Chef, I am so happy to see you. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen you. And when I came into the restaurant for the first time and I saw this man's smiling face, I just got so excited because I know his integrity. I know his skills. So I really can't wait to see what you've been doing with the restaurant and just all the delicious food and tacos you've been making.
Well, we just did a complete remodel and a rebrand after 15 years. We decided to just kind of go ceiling the floor and just redo everything. We changed our name. Just kind of like Madero means wood in Spanish, and we're the roots of the community. We've done so much for this community here, and we're continuing to be. The 1899 part is the building was built in 1899. It's the oldest commercial building in Fullerton.
Oh, nice.
And we're just trying to do some new exciting stuff.
So we're literally sitting on history right now.
Absolutely, 100%.
That is fantastic.
I have an immediate question. Ripping down and redoing a restaurant is never easy. It's always, you're going to run into stuff. You're going to run into stuff in the city. This building being from 1899, no doubt this is not the first time it's been remodeled, but what was the process like to rip it down and kind of re-inspire it and rebuild it out?
It was mostly decor and paint and tabletops and stuff like that. When we expanded into the patio, that was the big thing about 10 years ago when we cut out walls and made, we went next door to which would be a jewelry store back in the 1800s, and we developed that into a private banquet room and a patio bar, and we have an awesome new patio because of it, and we redid the whole patio with this remodel as well. So
this place is huge.
It's a big place. It's cool.
I know we took a very brief tour of everything, and just everything that you've redone looks so fantastic.
It came out really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So because I'm new to this, what was the name of the restaurant before the
It was
change?
the Matador Cantina.
The Matador Cantina.
Yep.
You changed it to?
We changed it to Madero 1899, but just a rebrand. Same owners, similar menu. I've changed up some things.
Right.
I didn't go too crazy right off the bat, but in about 6 months we'll redo another menu. I like to do kind of seasonal stuff and change it up and have some fun. Keep the staples, don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Keep your regulars happy, but then put some new stuff on there.
I love that.
Nice. You lived in Mexico for a time and you were a private chef. Were you a private chef when you lived in Mexico?
I was a private chef on a yacht sailing down.
I'm so sorry for your struggles.
in Central America, and I ended up in Mexico, and I stayed with a family for about 6 months, and I cooked with them and worked on their farm and helped them out. It was just a transitional time in my life, and then I came back after that and went to culinary school.
Nice.
All the cooking started, though. I started in high school cooking in restaurants, and then when I was going to school in Santa Barbara, I wanted to work on these liveaboard dive boats. And I was going to school to be, it was called marine technology. It was a diving, you become an instructor, underwater welder, and all that stuff. And I wanted to be the dive master on the boat. So I'm on the boat. You got to deadhead first and work for free. So we're out for a day. It was a 3-day trip. First day, they come to me and they say, "Hey, I heard that you can cook." And I said, "Yeah, I've been cooking since I was 16." They're like, "Well, the cook's sick, and we were wondering if you could fill in for the few days." And I said, "Yeah, no problem." So I finished up the trip. We come back and I was like, "Hey, listen, we don't really have any dive master spots anytime soon. If you want to work full time this summer, you can cook. And if something else comes up in dive master, you can do that." And I said, "No problem, I'll do it." So I cooked out there for the whole summer, and then for the next couple of years, I did it basically every holiday from school, summer, Christmas break, spring break. I would go on these liveaboard dive boats and cook out there. So. And then I went and did some scuba diving stuff in the Caribbean, and I did that for a couple years, and then I came back. I sailed on the private yacht, did that stuff, ended up in Mexico, and when I was done there, I went to culinary school in Scottsdale, Arizona.
You were saying before that you were cooking a little bit, and then you went to culinary school.
Yes.
With some of that cooking experience before you went to school, did you find it easier
It was
when you're coming into
it was super easy.
Okay, so nothing
Yeah.
really surprised you. When
No,
you went into
I
it.
was just learning more of the like the stuff like making like bakery, doing like pastries and making candies and things like that were new to me. But everything else was pretty simple, and but more you're learning the business end of it, and you know the costing of goods, and it was more of the management stuff is what I learned. The cooking stuff I didn't learn a ton,
Right.
but it was cool. You could refine everything and learn different techniques and things like that on larger scales.
Right.
Because cooking on the boats, there was like 30 people. You know, cooking for 30 people is very simple, opposed to, you know, like say Mother's Day, we did 500 covers for breakfast. So it's a big difference going from 30 to feeding 500 people. So
You ever look back and just get so glad that you're not an underwater welder, diver? I mean, going out there doing that kind of work, I feel like this is a much better
this is
gig.
a lot less stressful.
No, this is very high stress. I mean, I've been in restaurants my whole life,
on a
so-
different stress level,
Right.
you know?
But this is above water.
yeah, but the scuba instructor thing at Club Med was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and I worked for Royal Caribbean, and that was pretty fun as well. I mean, we just kind of screwed around and waited for the ship to come and took people out diving. So it was pretty easy and stress-free, but you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
we're stuck on an island, you know, me and 9 other guys waiting for people to come dive, and it just got old after a while. But it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, I went on a cruise for my wife and I's honeymoon, and it was pretty interesting to talk to the people that worked on the ship. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you guys do? We're going to go to like Mykonos and Santorini, all these places, and they're like, we're going to clean the bar, get everything set up for tomorrow. I'm like, all this way, and you got to stay on the ship.
It's a long 16-hour day, and it was fun. I mean, when you're young, it's great, but as you get older, you're kind of like, I don't want to work.
I wanna
16
stay home.
Yeah, stay home. Yeah, but it was a good time.
All right, on.
I want to talk about this space that we are sitting in now because obviously for anybody watching, it is a lot more raucous than most of our regular shows. We got the restaurant fully in service right behind us. It is 5 o'clock. You could probably hear rush hour going by us in Fullerton. We got a crowd here that is coming in because this is going to be a live show, a DJ coming in later. We kind of mentioned earlier, this is a big space. I think there's a sign up here behind me that says your max cap is like 400, like the high 400s.
447.
447.
447.
What does this place look like when it is absolutely I mean, you said Mother's Day 500 covers. Everybody knows that's a service. What is this place like on a Friday, Saturday night? You must just hum.
So we're busy for dinner, and
Or
then
Taco Tuesday,
and then
for
we
that matter.
transition into a nightclub, and we do a full nightclub. We've got the lasers, the smoke, the DJ, the dancing, and we got 447 people in here dancing. It's wild. It's a good time.
It's warm in here already. That's gonna pump things up for sure.
Yeah.
That's the pre-warming.
yeah, but we do it. We do the late night Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, obviously Saturday's the busiest, and then
Yeah.
Friday, and then Thursday, and then Tuesday. But it's pretty good every night. I mean,
Yeah.
we do. Yeah. And the thing about us is we focus on food. We're all about the food. We're all about the service. And then the nightclub thing just kind of comes, and it always has since we opened this place 15 years ago.
So that's literally just the cherry on top for
Yep.
the already amazing business that this is.
Exactly.
Ah.
It's nice.
I can't wait to come down here one night. Not that I go to the club that
you
much
know.
anyway. But
That's about to change, Shelton.
apparently
right.
it is. I'm going to come down here to the club one night and
right.
enjoy some good food while I'm at
Yeah.
it. So.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I know there are a million toast tablets floating around here, so I could look at the analytics, but off the top of your head, I'm curious. Do you have any idea what the most amount of tacos you guys have gone through in one service would be?
Oh, every Tuesday we probably go through a few thousand.
A few thousand.
Nice.
Wow. Wow. What's your most popular taco?
Probably the birria, and I mean,
That's a pretty common thing.
yeah, and then asada is probably second. But I mean, they're all up in the hundreds easy. I mean, the birria and the
That's
asada are a lot. But we also do different things besides tacos. On Taco Tuesday, we do the bacon wrapped street dogs.
Yeah, I saw those floating around somewhere
are
before the end of the night. They will
really
be mine.
good, and we try to have a little more than just tacos to just give everybody a taste of something good.
Yeah, I noticed when I had the buffalo chicken tacos, it was like everything that a buffalo chicken sandwich is missing, I found in that taco.
Yeah, that's a
it
good
was
taco.
delicious. Yeah.
And even him talking about the birria tacos, they were delicious when I first tasted. Juicy and every bite. I didn't even dip it in the consomme sauce. I just ate it as is, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Don't come to a place like this and admit that you did not dip it.
I
You did it wrong.
Listen, I confess my sins. I repent of them, but the tacos were still
He's
good.
new. He's in training.
That sound
but,
you hear
we'll get him worked out soon.
comments.
I think I've known Sheldon for 15 years
Oh
now?
man,
Is that right?
It's been a while
way back.
when we first met.
Yeah, I want to
like,
shift this side of the table. This is not just a one guest podcast now. No, this is very much two. You can't just open with that and not tell us.
I mean, well, we go back to the Golden Foodies back when they first started.
Yeah, okay.
Like 15 years ago.
way back.
I think the first one we won the best dessert, and then I think the second and third we won best Mexican restaurant in Orange County.
Yeah, and I've literally been following his career through the things that he's been to, been filming it. I actually was looking at some old footage of mine where it was for a Golden Foodie Awards promo video, and you just popped up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, I wonder how he's doing. And then today, here you are.
Wow,
so it's been a long history.
I was the
for
presenter of those awards that year.
Oh, you were?
I was. So I don't remember it, but I was happy to hand you that award.
I don't remember much of it either. It was just one of those nights.
Sounds like most of the chefs I talked to, they would go to those. Yeah.
But it's kind of the cool part of restaurant events, you know? The alcohol flows, and
they're always on a Sunday or Monday, but you know,
everybody's story's a little different the next day.
But you get to meet so many great people through everything, through all restaurant events, through all the Golden Foodies. That's how I met and how we met each other for so many chefs. And it's just been a great, 15 years of everything.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
Speaking of that, let's give some love to Fullerton, because this is a town that's been around for a long time. We're 3 blocks away from University of Fullerton up there. I mean, so
like
you
the
can
train station across the street.
I mean, but this is also a place that probably the past 10 years has really been just like bumping and new stuff coming in, and this area is just hugely busy.
A lot of changes down here. A lot of places are going out and new places are coming in.
What's it been like for you to kind of watch that all happen, and now you guys are a major part of it here at Madero?
Yeah, we've been here 15 years. We just opened a couple restaurants across the street about a year and a half ago. The High Horse and Mickey's Irish Pub, and they've been killing it as well, and it's been good. But there's been a few places that have gone and turned over and didn't quite make it. But everybody thinks it's an easy industry and it'd be fun to open a restaurant and super easy, and it's not.
They're fools.
They are fools, because it is a hard industry, and it's a lot of work and a lot of hours and a lot of commitment. So
no doubt.
I don't think people realize how much you really have to grind to even just run and operate, let alone open your own restaurant. I mean, so much that goes into it that you wouldn't think about. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And just the permits with the city and the fees, and
it's
a lot.
Yeah, it's so much to do that. But the fact that you're still standing, the fact that you're still here, not even just still here, because there can be a lot of restaurants that are still standing, but
this place is standing tall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The flow of the restaurant maybe isn't what they want it to be, but this flow right now in this environment, this live environment, is amazing. The energy is great over here, so we know that you are doing something more than right.
Well, the thing about being at restaurants is we all look at like Cheers, the show we used to watch, and it's like no one treating people, like they're part of your family when they come in the restaurant. You treat them great. You know their names. They feel comfortable. I mean, there's a million restaurants you can go to. I mean, and they're all, the food's good at a lot of restaurants, but it really comes down to treating people just a little special and making them feel like they're walking into your living room.
Yeah, of course.
And, knowing what they drink, or knowing, hey, I know you like the guacamole without the chilies, and hey, I know you drink a margarita, no salt. And people love that stuff. And if you can remember their name, even better. They feel special, and they come back all the time. And that's what's fun about this industry, is meeting people and getting to know people, and they're like your family. When you come to work, you got 20 or 30 people in your restaurant that and you can talk to and have fun with. And that's why people think the restaurant is easy, because they see you talking to people and having fun. But they have no idea what goes into it in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, after the dinner service and lunch service. So
I was going to say, I mean, it's one thing to get in and do prep, pre-service and stuff like that. Everybody knows that you're not starting when your shift starts. You're in there hours beforehand. You guys have that nightclub and that nighttime and that really big vibe aspect to it. What time are you guys in here prepping, and how many people, or are you getting ready for the day with?
You know what? I'm very lucky. I've had the same prep cook for over 20 years that he's been with me.
For you.
He's moved with me to several restaurants. And a couple of my other cooks have been with me for 15 years. So I have a really solid, strong, trustworthy team.
That's huge.
I have 2 prep cooks, and I think I have 6 line cooks, and then there's me and a sous chef. So I create all the recipes, I train them on all the recipes, and then I help out in the kitchen during the rush, and then I'm back on the floor and just doing whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
But I have a great team. They're here at 6 a.m. every day, and then I'm here, like tonight I'll be here till probably 3 a.m. and probably tomorrow, and no, not tomorrow, it's Thursday and Friday and Saturday as well. So it's a long I was here till 4:30 on Saturday, and then I came back at 8 a.m. on Sunday. So
You remind me of Adam Sandler for the fact that for all of his movies, he usually has the same people on his team wherever he goes. If I'm doing a movie, I'm getting this person, this person, this person. For the fact that you said you had so many people always with you, bringing them with you, you're the Adam Sandler of the culinary
My
world.
guy right there has been with me 15 years. The guy behind him's been here 12.
Oh, wow.
The other girl's been 8.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, look at that. We're filling. Now we're filling up. Now we're talking.
we got some
I
people
didn't look
now.
behind us. I got the cameras and audience in front of us. Yeah, I didn't even look behind.
That is cool, though, to keep your team for that long in an industry with such a high turnover rate. You know, people bounce around all over the place.
Well, that's consistency's hard if you don't have the same people. I mean, you know, you got a guy that's cooking all your sauces, following your recipes. You put someone else in there, they may not follow the recipe. I mean,
that's true. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky, but we treat them really, really well. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't stay at a place for 12 years if you don't feel appreciated.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, like I said, I just reiterate, just because when I first came in here, I was just looking at everything and just saying, wow, the love that you guys have put into this, just the time, and now that people know, as you say, oh, we think a restaurant is easy. You being here till 3 a.m., you waking up before 6 a.m. just to get this. It's almost like starting a family.
Amen to that.
There's work into starting a family. There's work into doing this, and if you don't put the work into it, you're not going to see the fruits of it.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I absolutely love this, and I'm ecstatic to be here. Absolutely ecstatic.
We finally got some good weather. It's nice up here in Florida. Freaking beautiful, finally.
Yeah, it's been cloudy for the past
I mean,
3
obviously
days.
with the college up here, you get a little bit of a skew given the time of year on like that volume and stuff like that. But I would imagine you guys are probably pretty consistent year round. But is there a time of year that you really get like that pop and you're like, oh shit, here we go?
It's pretty much always busy because when the college kids go away, the kids that went away to college come back.
Yeah,
and then,
that's
you know,
true.
they come home, and then it's just kind of, you just mix it all up. So it's pretty consistent year round. May and June are definitely our busiest time of year with, you know, graduations, and I mean we do banquets, and I think we have 22 banquets in May. I mean
22 in just May?
22 in just May. I mean it's crazy. So
Oh my God, anybody who's ever worked that,
yeah,
heart goes out to you. That's man,
it's
that's
a lot. But I mean, and then you got Mother's Day, you got Cinco de Mayo, you got Memorial Day. It's a big month.
Yeah, it's a grind.
And then you go into June, and then you got graduations and Father's Day, and it just keeps going and going, and then you blink and it's the holidays again, and it's
good for you guys.
Rinse and repeat, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Every year, it just
Every
rolls
year.
over.
Yeah. So you personally, again, there are a lot of chefs in the industry that I've seen that have come and gone.
Yep.
What has made you stay?
Well, I was made a partner many years ago, where I share profits and you know, I just love my people. I mean, I have a lot of great people. Most of my people have been here for over 5 years, and it's like a family. We just we have a great team, and it's just, I can't see myself going anywhere else. I would never go to another restaurant. If I were to leave here, it would never be a restaurant industry job again. I mean, like, you can't after this. I mean,
not when you build a work family like that. You've got your team that, I mean, you see them all the time. You see them more than your family most
Absolutely.
of the time. So, yeah, really tough to start anew.
Oh, to start all over again would be that'd be too much. I'm too old for that.
Well, I really appreciate you for taking the time. I know you're right about to launch into probably a huge rush. So
absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
I can see the twitching. He's like, that ticket machine's going. I know it is.
Quick cheers, and
cheers,
then
guys.
Let you get back to
cheers. Thank you, guys.
Chef.
Appreciate you guys.
Man. Thank you. Cheers to Madero on that launch and relaunch.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Many more
Appreciate
years.
it.
Thank you,
See you.
Welcome back, you guys. We have Leanna. She's the event coordinator here, amongst other things.
Amongst other things,
Welcome
but
to the
I'm
show.
the party gal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. What does that encompass?
So we have 2 private event spaces here at Madero, one indoor, one outdoor, in our beautiful patio, as well as you could do full buyouts of our restaurant. So we host amazing, amazing private events, from celebrations of life to weddings to 50th birthday parties. We are the party place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you can really tell, as you can see looking behind us with this awesome bar. I mean, it's easy to see why people come here.
Exactly.
And her amazing outfit. I mean, look at this. Dressed to the
You can
nines.
kinda tell right away.
I am
You're
known
like-
as the fashionista of Madero.
Like, she's
I do
the one
have
that
to say
parties.
that.
Yeah, this is where the party's at, right here.
I wore my nicest Taco Tuesday t-shirt. Nobody said a word. I'll let that slide, though.
It looks so nice.
Thank you.
Corey.
Your nicest or your only?
A little of both.
A little bit of both.
Nicest and only.
Well, we obviously just had Chef on, and we were talking about the sheer size of this place with the
It's
rebuild
big,
and everything else,
right?
and the capacity that you
Yes,
guys can
it's
have, the
awesome.
nightlife aspect.
Yes.
So it's not just, hey, we have a small private dining room, have your graduation here. You guys got some damn square footage to work
No,
with.
seriously.
What is that like for your job to have, like,
Seriously.
because I'm assuming it's probably not just one, maybe 2, 3, 4 events. Plus you got holidays.
This Saturday
like-
I have 4. Woo! 4, yeah, like turn and burn 'em, baby. Yeah, so it is.
Wow.
You know, we keep our pricing for events very approachable. We are very, very serious about being a place for the community to gather. So we don't care about like making a ton of money on it. We just want people here all the time, whether it's for, you know, a 1-year-old birthday party to like a rager at night. You know what I mean? And it's just like, we want to be that go-to place. That's why we went with Madero. We really are the roots of this community, especially right here in downtown Fullerton. So it's just, we just really, really want people to know that they can come here and be family here.
I want to say I was looking at the social media because obviously we were sharing on our stuff before we came here today for this live event about like, hey, like we're coming. And I saw you guys just had like a retirement party here. So I'm like, it really is. I know we talked about the nightclub aspect too, but it really is everything.
No, it's like we're a place for all the colleges to have events. The elementary schools, we have parent nights out for the elementary school parents.
That's awesome.
We do lots of discounts for all the nonprofits. So if they want to have a fundraiser here, they can have a discount on the front end, and we're supporting their fundraising efforts. So the list goes on.
Yeah. I did want to ask you about a fundraiser that you put on the Night of Giving.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I play 2 roles in my life. I'm also the board chair of the Fullerton Collaborative, which is the backbone nonprofit for all the nonprofits in the city.
Yeah. Wow.
So I was able to take my role that I do in that and my involvement in the city with the nonprofits, and that's one of the reasons I actually took this job at Madero, because they see a space for that here, and they support so much with the different nonprofits in the city, and really, really give back to this community, like in ways that a lot of businesses don't.
That's awesome.
So we were able to bring in all the nonprofits here. People got to meet the nonprofits and then learn how they could give, you know, because sometimes you don't, where's your money going?
Right.
You know, when you're supporting acts like that and you get to see the face of the nonprofits and exactly what they're doing, and to be in a space that supports that in our community is pretty special.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
It's a real standout thing to do too, because you see so many places that, you know, it's almost like they do obligatory little fundraisers to, you know, be part of the community
No.
or try to bring the community together, but you can feel when it's authentic and real.
Yeah.
And I
Just
think
like-
I think you get that here.
A one-off of Mother's Day, all of our florals that we did for our Mother's Day parade, buffet, we gifted them to a women's shelter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for
So
you guys.
yesterday I was giving them out to them. So
yeah.
we always find a way to keep it, paying it forward and keeping it going.
Well, I mean, with wearing so many different hats for all these different events, I mean, we were kind of talking about how hard Chef works, and obviously he's known Chef for years. What the hell does your day-to-day look like?
You don't want to know. Tell that. I mean, I love what I do. So, you know what I mean? It is, sometimes it's a job, but most of the time it's not. I love our guests. I love our guests so much. I love serving our guests. I love when we give them food in a space and a special time that we're putting a smile on their face. You know, we're like giving them a break from life just for a little bit of time. And to give that to people, it's service in its own, you know?
That's awesome.
It's a different type of service, but it definitely is.
Yeah.
So has this always been your dream? Something you've wanted to do, or was there something before this?
I actually owned a dance studio for 20 years that was in my family for 37 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of dance?
I was a hip hop dancer.
Oh, now I get why the party is right
Can we
here.
get a head spin real quick?
This is explaining the level of energy. Respect.
I get it now.
But worked with children, and my space, I also had an event space in my dance studio. So that's how I got into events and lost it with COVID. But it was right here in downtown Fullerton. So to be in my community still is such a gift. And this restaurant is such a backbone of this community.
Yeah.
So it is my calling now to be here, you know, and to serve in a different way.
Yeah.
I still dance around the aisles here, though.
Of course,
So.
you can't just give that up. I understand.
It's like behind the corner.
So another thing I wanted to touch on is you were voted Woman of the
I
Year
was.
for District 5.
I know.
How does something like that even come about?
It was a surprise, and when it happened, Councilmember Ahmad Zara, who sits on our Fullerton City Council, he represents District 5, and he's very involved in the collaborative and sees the work I do, and he came up to me and he was like, I'm going to do this for you. And I was like, I don't do anything. And he's like, you do this and you do this and you do this. And I was like, okay, maybe a little bit, but it has been such a special recognition. Like, I get a little emotional talking about it because I do what I do because I love people and I love to give, and to be recognized like that and such a city and such a community. And I've had like different organizations continually come out and recognize me since then. Senator Josh Newman came out and recognized me. The Fullerton Chamber came out and recognized me here at the restaurant. You know what I mean? So it is just... it is such a blessing and such a gift to be able to give like that, and to be recognized isn't expected, but I'll take it.
Nice. Very nice.
I think I need to take a page out of your book with your energy. I feel like my alarm goes off in the morning and I just want to throw my phone in the trash and call it a day until tomorrow. But you seem like the type that pops out of bed, I'm going to go conquer my day today,
Pretty much, I'm ready to
seems like the type that doesn't go to bed.
Yeah, I get that vibe from you for sure.
Yeah. Don't stop me.
Don't let me stand in the way, please.
We will not. Keep doing what you do.
I will. It was such a pleasure meeting you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to have a party here one time.
Oh,
Let me
how
be your
about
event manager.
tonight?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
We will be here.
All right.
Leanna, thank you so much for coming
absolutely.
on.
My pleasure, you guys.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
yourselves this evening.
Thank you so much. We will.
All right, you guys, we have yet another guest here on our little off-premise, well, it's regular size, off-premise TacoTuesday.com podcast. Now we have Julia from G's Footprints.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So-
happy to be here.
Your Instagram handle is G's Footprints, so I
Yes.
don't sound like I'm saying something weird about you.
No.
Can you tell us a little bit about like your shtick and how you got into the social media game?
Right. So my name is Julia, but it's interesting. It's Italian, so it's spelled with a G, like the Alfa Romeo car. So hence the G. And footprints just kind of symbolizes like everywhere that I've been, left a few footprints behind. So my Instagram kind of documents that. Travels, food, drinks, you name it.
So where are a few places that you have been?
A few footprints that I left
Yeah,
behind.
a few footprints that you've left.
I like that. That's charming.
Yeah.
So where are these footprints?
listening.
at?
That's a good idea.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep saying that. Where are my footprints?
Where have
been?
my footprints been? So my footprints actually started when I was in college. I went to Sonoma State University, so there's a few in the Sonoma County area, and then they've come back home with me to Orange County. So a lot of them in Orange County, San Diego, LA, and then I studied abroad and did summer in Italy for a few months, and then I've done a few trips back and forth. So Spain, London is a big one that I've been to. I'm trying to expand more to the United States areas.
Right.
So like I've done Austin, Texas, and
Solid problem to have.
Yeah, I know. I'm like I just go out of the
London.
country to go
I've been
eat
so
good.
many places, I can't even tell you where all my footprints are.
Right.
So over the Savoy.
Yeah, just in Southern California and Europe. That's it.
Do you leave your own footprints, or do you have somebody like you pay somebody to leave the
I was
footprints?
gonna say, is it a Blue's Clues situation? Like
I
everywhere, like
wish.
are you just like dunk, like
That
leaving
would
one?
be, yeah, I should hire him to just put footprints on every place that I've been to. No, I do leave my own footprints, and then every once in a while I have some plus ones come along with me and leave theirs as well. So that's a fun thing to do, is get to experience all these really great restaurants and businesses with people that I love.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad to make it on the list of people that are loved.
I know, I'm happy to spend
Let
it
us
with you
leave
guys.
a couple of footprints with you.
Yeah, they're on my heart.
Okay. So, Crawford, I believe you wanted to...
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, people that have been watching, we've kind of been cutting in and out, bringing guests on because we're doing this, obviously, live for some people, but just kind of doing this in a space like this. You and I were chatting in between cuts about, hey, I had some ideas of stuff that we could do at this event. What if we did like an AMA? Now,
Love it.
you had mentioned doing this with some of your followers. I reached out to a bunch of my people and a lot of people on my own Patreon a little bit before this. And I got some questions.
All
and I
right.
thought it would be fun because I think it's good to have a woman's perspective and kind of pose them to the class.
I love it.
A lot of people sent stuff
Some
in.
female energy.
Of course, we need some. It's just,
We are going to jump right out of the gate. This was the most popular one, so I don't know what this says about my followers at least. Maybe it'll be
Oh, I
some
can't
somebody
wait.
else's. Marry, fuck, kill, taco meats. Which one are you killing? Which one are you going with? Which one is your go-to?
Okay.
And I think we'll stick, for argument's sake, we'll stick with the major ones, right? Kind of like Carnita's beef chicken, unless we want to throw in fish too or something like that. But
Let's leave shrimp out of it. That'll be
Ew.
later.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
all my Mazatlan friends are now pissed, but that's fine. Keep going.
I would marry beef just because I'm a red meat girl through and through. I would kill chicken. I don't.
So it just leaves it for pork.
I know. I just don't.
Wow. All right. Well, we know where he's going.
I know.
Based on
I'm
that.
so sorry, Sheldon. I'm not a big chicken girl, which is not. It just sounds weird.
Me twice.
I know. So,
You're gonna recover, buddy.
Yes. Yep. So then,
Yeah.
to
give
put
to
it
the
in
pig.
your words,
Give it
I
to the
would
pig.
fuck
Give it to
pork.
the pig. Fair enough.
Yes.
Carnitas can get it.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
it's a weird thing to have to answer. Like,
It
this
is.
is what I would do to the taco meat
a pig.
instead of eating
Right.
it.
I guess you could just say marry, kill, and then by process of elimination, so we're not.
Yeah.
bar
There you
argument.
go.
You're making people say weird, uncomfortable things.
So
Welcome to the show.
We're getting out of the box. It's okay.
We just jump out of it.
Yeah, I
She's
love
like,
it.
I'm going to take that footprint back.
Yeah. Just yours.
we're going to, okay, so I would marry chicken. I would kill pork. And I would have
Give
a
it to the
nice
cow. You love cow.
I would give a nice dinner.
Give it to the cow.
Yeah, I would have a nice dinner with cow.
I am marrying pork. I am killing chicken, and y'all know where I stand. With the goddamn beef. I don't know, something about like
Beef is just the OG.
it's that like barbacoa.
It is,
like
yeah.
it's just
How is beef more OG than chicken? But that's okay.
You can't put it into words, but
all they care about is who came first, the chicken or the egg. The cow was out there. He was the one who asked the damn question, right? That thing was like, yo, what do you think? What do you think? Who's
Yeah.
this weird little thing walking around?
Right.
Instead of asking me that question, let's roll with whatever the second most popular question was.
All right.
Because I just
Way to
came
make it
to
hard
like,
for the
I'm
people.
not gonna.
You don't wanna answer.
Don't
All
want
right,
to tell you what
this
I do
one
to
is not
chicken.
as crew, but it was also very popular. For a Taco Tuesday out on the town, who is your dream celebrity guest? Now, they didn't qualify. I want to say, they didn't qualify celebrity crush. This is not your hall pass. They just said favorite celebrity to go out with. And I will give my answer right out the gate because I think it's pretty obvious. If I'm going to go out and I'm going to crush tacos and party all night, I'm bringing Snoop D-O-double-G because then I will just
That
end
was
up
my
eating a lot more.
answer.
Yeah?
That was my
What's it
answer.
going to for Snoop?
Yes. When you.
What up, Snoop?
Yeah, that's my dream guest. I would do anything with that man. If he said, let's go smoke in Compton, I'd be like, okay, tell me when and where.
Have you
I
ever
feel
been
like
to
anybody would.
I've driven through. I don't know that I necessarily want to go hang out there, but if he asked me to, I would.
I parked near it
bomb
once.
spot.
I
There's some really good
near
places out
Compton,
there.
where Orange County. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Mirror.
Not really.
Westminster.
All right, so we got 2 for Snoop. That was fast out the gate.
Yeah.
Celebrity guest. Non-hall pass.
Celebrity guest and
Unless it
hall
is, in
pass
which case
are
good for you.
actually both the same.
Is it also Snoop?
And it's my boy Alan right here, my Taco Tuesday buddy.
Can he eat tacos?
Look at his
course.
branding. Look at that
can
man
he
being on
eat
branding.
tacos? It's more like how many can he? It's a lot.
And just for the record, that's my Alan actually, and he has them tied up against his will.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Mine would be Angela Bassett.
Who the hell is Angela
I feel like
Bassett?
that counts as celebrity crush too.
No, I mean,
Angela Bassett, fine. So
Angela Bassett is an amazing woman, amazing actress. I would love to just sit down and talk with her about life, about everything else in between.
You want
so.
to bring your celebrity crush to eat tacos,
No.
drink margaritas, and talk about life.
I sure do, because it would be the
Yes.
best conversation ever. It would be so insightful.
Someone's romantic.
I am. I will light a candle while we talk.
we just want to smoke with Snoop and chill.
Exactly. But I feel
didn't
like
give it that much thought.
our life conversation with Snoop Dogg would be very entertaining.
Oh, I 100% it would be.
Yes.
I mean, he
know it
hired
would.
a full-time joint roller. I think he gets paid like $65K a year too.
I would sign up.
Walk around with giant Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
who apparently just never stops.
Yeah.
You know.
Can't stop.
Why not?
Ooh, maybe
Anyways,
Why
so
not?
this conversation took a really weird turn. I had a different idea of when you were like, let's do an AMA.
So these were AMAs. Again, these were questions that I got asked, and I thought I would present them to the group and our guests, and especially because it's somebody that also has like a pretty big following. You're out and about a lot. You travel, so obviously I thought it would bring an interesting, a female perspective. Let's just be honest, that this side of the table's a little heavy.
Yeah.
You led with that and then said, fuck, marry, kill, taco meat.
It was the most popular question. Don't hate the people. The people voted.
No.
This one's not so bad, and actually I'd be very curious to get your opinion. Why does Taco Tuesday make a great first date?
Ooh.
Discounts.
See, they get classier. Shut up.
You really get to see them in their element because tacos are not an easy thing to eat. So you got to get down and dirty. You've got grease dripping down your arms. Like
yeah.
it's not always that cute. So you will decide if you really like that person based on how they eat their taco
That's so
and
funny.
what they order. Because if they're
also
ordering
true.
chicken, then I might double back on a second date. I'm just kidding.
Oh, geez. Ooh, that influences dates, too.
Guess I gotta order beef.
Warn Angela.
Guess I gotta order beef.
That's so funny. My first date with my wife was actually at Javier's, the Mexican place at the Spectrum in Irvine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tacos all over my flannels, spilled everywhere. Yeah. It was an interesting first date.
Well, and now
Sitting there
you're
with my
married,
hand
so
Right, so it went.
Yeah.
it went well.
Well, the salsa stains on my flannel sleeves were worth it, it turns out.
Just a little OxyClean.
A little stain remover pen.
Yeah.
Tiny one.
Yeah.
And a lifetime of love. That's all you need.
That's right.
There you
There's the
go.
honesty behind it. There's not a dainty way to eat a taco. Like,
No.
you really got to get into it.
You do.
As we do here at TacoTuesday.com.
Oh, yeah.
We do get into it.
It's true.
Into the tacos.
Mr. picked his alien for a celebrity guest, but that's fine.
It's everybody's alien when you think about it.
What do you guys think? Why is taco? You said the discount, so all right, cool. What do we think about why is it a good date?
I actually kind of have to go with her on this in the sense of it really gives you a chance to know that person. Like it's chill. There's no expectations. You're just eating tacos, having a good time, talking with each other. They might spill something, you might spill something, but you get a chance to really know that person and just make a connection with it. And I think that's just a perfect way to have a first date.
I could never be with someone that doesn't get a little food on themselves from time to time.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to.
yeah.
You do.
Otherwise, you're not having a good time.
No.
Right.
100%.
You have to get messy in order to be enjoying it.
Exactly.
You're an
Thank you so
Italian girl. The amount of times I wear a white T-shirt to an Italian restaurant, I
Yeah.
think it's just to make sure, like, oh yeah, I did eat food. I can tell.
Yeah. If you come out clean, you did it wrong.
No, 100%.
yeah.
That's where you don't make
Tacos are the same thing. By the way, is everybody just going to gloss over the margaritas? Like, alcohol takes the polish off furniture
That's
and
true.
people. All right, you want to
Yes.
get some truth serum out of somebody?
Yes.
Off of furniture and people.
He
Exhibit
pitched
agave.
this AMA idea to me a little earlier in the day. I'm like, you know what? Sounds good. Have a couple drinks. I'll answer some questions. What could you possibly ask me that's going to make me uncomfortable?
You beat it around the bush in honor of branding, which I respect here at TacoTuesday.com podcast.
Shots fired.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Is there, this was a fun one, I like this one. Is there an underrated drink to go with Taco Tuesday? Kind of piggybacking off of my answer. A lot of people go with the margarita. I started today with a Paloma. I think this is a Cadillac. I don't know what this many edits. There's going to be a different one every edit. But is there an underrated drink? Should somebody be having champagne at Taco Tuesday? Is there any...
All
What do we
about the
think?
Palomas. If you're not doing margaritas, you got to go the Paloma route.
That's my boy.
Beers are always a good backup option.
A little Modelo with Special.
Exactly.
All right. Little lime, salted rim.
Well, because you tend to put the lime on the taco
coconut?
too, so it kind of.
I'm not even opposed to a Michi, man. I'm down for like an afternoon michelada.
I had to. It was
There's
right
no,
there.
there's no time
How could
limit on a
I not?
michelada.
It was
I feel like
right
we're
there.
having one conversation and they're over there. I don't even know what's
We're
happening.
having our own moment.
I'm sorry, I had to. I'm glad you got that. They're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But you got it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, classic margarita. It usually goes good with any taco, but I don't know if there's an underrated drink. I don't know. I can't answer that.
I would say Negronis are underrated, but I mean they're terrible. They're terrible, terrible drinks.
Those are nasty.
They're
I gotta
super
go.
bitter.
No, I went to Rome. Okay, we went to Rome. We had the obligatory the spritz.
Aperol spritz.
Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
I knew my wife was gonna hate it. She doesn't like old fashions, nothing bitter or anything like that. So we get it. I was a sacrificial lamb, as you said, for many an Aperol spritz. And after you've had about 6 or 7 of them,
They taste good.
yeah, it's not so bad.
Only after about
that's
They
6.
go down easy
that's
after that.
self-sacrifice.
When you're dancing, you know.
So I have 2 in my notes.
Oh,
Because again, unfair to you guys, I got these questions first
Of
because
course.
my people sent them in. Shout out to everybody who sent these in on my Patreon. The Batanga, which for people that don't know, that is Mexican Coke, fresh lime juice, just a pinch of salt, and Blanco tequila. Super
sounds
easy, but
amazing.
That
freaking
does
good.
sound
Mexican
good.
Coke is the key.
Sounds amazing.
No, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's the case.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
the Carajillo,
Ooh,
Liqueur 43
yes.
espresso.
I'd go Carajillo.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Suck it,
taco I would
espresso
pair
martini.
that with, but that sounds pretty good.
I think for me that would be afterwards when I'm wiping off
Yeah,
all of the like
all the
pork and
grease.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
just
Yeah. You recharge a little after that.
Yeah.
You're ready for round 2
like
of
it.
tacos.
I got some more questions, but I'll save them. I'll save them.
Well, this has been an interesting conversation so far. I didn't know what to expect, but if I had to guess, if you gave me about $1 million,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't have guessed that this is what we did.
That's
You
what I
led
was
that first
excited
question that you
about.
led with, dude. It was like getting punched in the stomach.
tuned.
So you
know what
just
I mean?
doubled back to just, if I would have guessed, I wouldn't have guessed, so I didn't guess.
We can keep going, but I don't want to be rude. I want to
Let's get one more. Let's get one more.
right,
Yeah,
all right,
like
all right,
one more
all right.
question.
They're out of the box.
Yeah.
Depending on the
please.
question,
Yeah.
otherwise we'll just wrap it.
All right, this will be a fun one to end on. At least we know you're not a vegan, so you won't be offended by
No.
this one.
Oh, okay.
If anybody is, trigger warning. What is an animal that you don't normally see on a taco that would make a good taco?
Oh, I answered
Again,
this earlier.
I didn't ask these.
She
Yeah,
looked
you did, yeah.
way to the right. Just like,
I'm like, now I'm trying to think.
How about this?
Armadillo.
I'm happy to answer first.
Okay.
Rabbit.
Okay.
Rabbit is really solid in a lot of dishes. Not something that I really see a lot in Mexican cuisine. Like I've seen things like goat and stuff like that, which is really awesome. You'd have to add some flavor to it, but I think rabbit would make a mean little taco.
Well, on the
about-
menu here, they have a buffalo fried chicken, but there are like buffalo meat, like burger patties, so maybe like a buffalo meat taco.
Maybe like a buffalo taco.
Oh,
Yeah.
a buffalo
Like a-
fried buffalo
Buffaloception.
taco.
Sounds good.
Get that buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to pitch that to them.
I like that journey for us.
That's a good. That's
Get
a
chef
good
back
thing.
out
Get
here.
the chef, yeah. We've got an idea.
What do we think?
I don't know if this is a thing. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but a long time ago, I had shark, and it was very, very delicious. So
Not chewy.
Baja?
I'm a surfer,
like a Baja,
dude.
like a Baja shark taco.
Can't eat sharks. Can't
No.
touch them. Don't play with them. Don't
See,
eat them. Nothing.
and that's what I'm saying. I might trigger some people. I'm sorry.
You triggered
But
me.
I apologize, but I tasted it before. It tasted really good. I didn't expect it, so I'm like maybe like a Baja shark taco.
I can see that being pretty dope.
You know,
Yeah.
just saying.
I'll just end it getting buck wild and say that I'm torn between maybe alligator and armadillo.
Oh.
Armadillo taco.
I feel like somebody is definitely. There's a place that has done alligator. Like I have to imagine, like
Probably in
the first
Florida.
time I had- yeah, Florida. Those guys
Oh, yeah.
gators all the time.
That's
They
gator
just
nuggets.
pull them right out of the creek.
They leave the skin on. They leave the skin on.
They bite that thing while it's still moving.
Like we let salmon
Crazy.
skin on, they leave
Right.
Armadillo.
gator skin on.
Gator skin.
Armadillo. What did that little soccer ball of an animal do to you?
A soccer ball of an. So you walk around and kick them. I don't know why it popped into my head to even
All right,
say.
I just know they were open to a ball, but all right, find that marble. What do you? I don't know. That bocce ball. Pick one.
You all picked kind of normal. Everybody knows about them animals.
Normal?
Can you eat armadillo?
He's about to find out.
I'll call you later and I'll let you know.
Put it on the menu. I'll come
Yeah.
back.
If there's
Yeah.
anybody in the comments that has, let us know.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's somebody in Missouri who's eating armadillo right now. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, delicious.
As he's listening, well, I'll be.
delicious.
A rattlesnake taco.
A rattlesnake taco.
with the
I've had
rattle
that.
served on the
I've
side.
actually had that.
Have you?
I've had that. I've
In,
had
like,
that
New
in
Mexico?
Texas.
In
Texas
Texas.
before.
Are you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
How is that?
Ironically, it's like chicken, the one thing that I would not be with. But yeah, it's fine. No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's a little leaner, but it was fine. Apparently, though, they're a nightmare to debone. So
Well, I bet. Gotta deal with the rattle.
How to deal with a rattle.
I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. But thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
Thanks
I don't
for
know what
having
you
me.
thought was going to happen. Julie, it wasn't this though.
I was happy to go wherever the footprints led.
Hey, you brought some more footprints
corners
to
of
it.
the
Yeah.
table, man. You guys
Love
are
it.
on the branding with the plug and the footprints.
Yeah,
I like
good.
it.
We're trained professionals.
Julia, before we let you go, if people want to follow you, if they want to follow your footprints,
Yes.
and they want to, yeah, I know, it's just so good. Now she's got me doing it.
Rolls off the tongue.
Where can people do that at?
On Instagram and TikTok, I'm at G's Footprints, so it looks like GS Footprints. It gets mispronounced all the time. It's fine, but it's G's Footprints on Instagram and TikTok.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Go ahead and follow in Julia's footprints.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Find an
Thank
armadillo
you.
taco.
Nice talking to you
And an
guys.
armadillo. All right, you guys, we are back with yet again another edition of the TacoTuesday.com podcast. Today, again, we are so pleased to announce Monica. Monica, please tell us your Instagram handle and a little bit about yourself.
So my handle is Monica+_2. I focus on travel, food, and then family adventures here in SoCal.
What are some of the biggest, we've had a lot of influencers on in the past, prior shows, even earlier today. We just had Julie on with G's Footprints. What are some of the differences between doing content creation for family and travel versus just kind of the traditional kind of stuff like I do, Julie does, people like that? Because you are hitting different markets, I imagine.
Yeah, and I guess it's a little bit more pressure on you have to have the family involved, and they have to be willing to be involved. I have a 12-year-old, and she's at that age where if she doesn't want to do it, she's not going to do it.
Everything's mom.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it's so cringe, right? My friends are going to see this. So I have to be mindful of what she wants to do as well. And that's everything we do is genuine, because if she doesn't want to do it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So if we truly enjoy it, it shows, because she's there and she's smiling and she's happy about it. So same with the husband. He has to be on board because it's a family thing. And if he's not on board, then it doesn't work.
I was going to say, I got to give a lot of credit where it's due right now. I know people can't see this on the camera, but your husband is beyond camera right now. He's shooting B-roll. He's shooting reels. I got a lot of credit where it's due. I've had my wife do that for me in situations.
Yeah.
So shout out to the spouses who are the camera assistants.
I wasn't sure if you just like hired a cheerleader or if he was like, I didn't know the role, but
He's
very
actually the
supportive.
husband.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I guess the camera can't see you. I'm thumbs upping.
We're thumbs upping.
How did you,
You're doing great, my friend.
That's breaking the fifth wall. How did you get into this?
So we were already doing a lot of family adventures. We genuinely like going out to eat. So we were already doing a lot of this, but my Instagram was private. And a friend just mentioned, I know someone who's like actually like doing this. Why don't you open up your Instagram? I was like, I would never do that. Of course, I went home and thought about it, and I was like, it's not a bad idea. So we decided to do it, and then just ran from there and went with it.
Nice.
Now, I've known a lot of content creators that have come and gone.
Yeah.
What made you personally stick with content creation? Because I know it's a hard task.
Yeah, it can burn out.
You can burn out. So what made you just keep going and sticking with it?
I genuinely enjoy it. It's something that we were already doing, and just now I just have to put it out there for people and film it and like take the pictures for it and all that. So I think it's the fact that I enjoy doing it that's made it easy, because it doesn't feel like a job. It just feels like fun with my family.
Yeah.
One of the very few that gets to say you do what you love.
Exactly.
And you love what you do.
Exactly. Because I've done other things that I don't love, so this is way different than that.
Right.
Do you have a favorite type of activity that actually is your favorite? Is it restaurants? Is it parks? Is it vacation, cruises, things like that?
We love the outdoors.
Okay.
So definitely anything that's outdoorsy, where we get to spend time together out in nature, is one of our favorites. We've made it a mission to hit up as many national parks as we can, so we've been doing that. And so that's been a lot of fun. So I think anything outdoorsy, we're there.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I don't know if they'll cut this out or not, but I do kind
we're
of want
cutting
to
it out.
No, I want to know. So first of all, how did you and the hubby meet? And when you first told him, I'm going to be a content creator, what was that conversation? How did it go?
Like I say, did you sit him down like, hey, what are your qualifications behind the camera?
Right.
No,
What was that?
We were already married when this happened.
Yeah.
So I just told him I wanted to do this, and he's always been very supportive. He's like, if this is what you want to do, we'll roll with it. So it was a very easy conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome.
He didn't put up a fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
My whole life I've been like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. My wife, as soon as I met her, she's like, I want to be a flight attendant. A year after we started dating, she's a flight attendant. I'm like, you have a very achievable goal. Like, why can't I have such a just go after it and do it kind of thing? But then I found it, obviously, of course, with TacoTuesday.com.
There you
I eat
go.
a lot of tacos. I drink margaritas.
It's perfect.
I'm a happy camper.
Very good plug, Corey. Very good.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is my outdoor activity, indoors.
Air conditioning. That's
That
outdoor
works
activity.
I think a lot of people would look at content creation of any kind, not just the type that you do or the type that Julie does or the type that we do, and they're like, oh, like it does look so easy. Yes, there's tacos and margaritas and stuff like that. I mean, we've been here for 4 hours at this point doing this podcast, and it's going to be an hour by the time it's all done that everybody else sees it, and we love y'all for that. What's the grueling part about it? Because there is a lot more work that goes into it than people think.
There is. Shooting the content, I think, is the easy part. It's the behind the scenes where you have to go and edit the video and edit the lighting, and that's the hard part. So once that kind of gets a little bit easier, once I learned that and was able to like figure things out, because I have no background in any of this whatsoever. I'm a nurse. My background is a nurse.
Good for you.
Very awesome. Very cool.
So once I kind of got things and understood a little bit more, it made that part of the content creating a little bit easier, but it's still challenging. Because there's always lighting won't work for you, or like, the sun's on the wrong side. It's just, there's always editing, and that's the hard part of it.
At the time that we're recording this, we got a DJ coming on in 5 minutes.
Right.
So I know all of us are like,
Oh, yeah.
And so I'll know this. As a video editor, I understand it. Has there ever been a shoot or something that you've done? Say you've been out there 4 or 5 hours. You get home, you look at the footage and say, this doesn't work. I have to go out and reshoot. Has there ever been?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There has been.
Tell us about that, even that process of what you have to do with your mindset.
Well, I am a perfectionist, and if I know there's something that bugs me, I can't let it go. And my husband always says, it's fine, just let it go. But I'm like, it's not fine. Because I have to be proud of what I'm putting out.
Right.
And if I don't like how the sun is hitting this plate or whatever it may be, it's so hard for me to let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, you have to go out there and shoot and be proud of the content you're putting out. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right.
I already understand where the
Right?
vibe is coming from. You're like, I gotta go back.
I just have to
reshoot.
do it.
Like, I gotta do
and
it.
he's like, well, then let's do it.
Yep.
See, I'm
Yeah.
more of an acceptor. I do something all day and then I get home and it's not perfect. I'm like, I'm going to make it good. Not perfect, but good will do.
And sometimes I wish.
This side
I'm
of the
not doing
table
that all day
understands that
tomorrow.
stress.
Right. Yeah. It's
Sometimes I wish I was a little bit more on that side because it's easy. The stress level is a lot less, you know, when you're like, you know what, this will work. It's just not my personality.
Oh, I'm totally kidding. My
I
boss
understand.
listens to these, so
I am a perfectionist, and everything I do is on point.
Wink, wink.
His wife is here. He's obligated to say that.
I'm bigger than her.
If people want to follow you and your family along on any of the journeys on the account, you said it was Monica _
Monica +_2
_2.
on Instagram and then Monica +2 on TikTok.
Perfect. Awesome. Monica, thank you so much. This was
Thank
awesome.
you guys for having me.
Oh, we
Yeah.
appreciate you
Taco
being here.
Tuesday, and thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back yet again. Here we have Every Day I'm Hustle Lean. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, please tell us a little bit about how you got started in the social media game.
Okay, so I actually got started with my daughter. She was 9 months old when she first started. She was repping for small shops, so small businesses. We started there, and then eventually we started doing events, we started doing theme parks, and now we're like super into family travel. So yeah, I have a second little girl. So I'm a girl mom, also a small shop owner. So that's how I got started.
Very cool. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah. Talking with Monica right before this and talking about some of those differences between doing content creation with regards to family, and I guess in your case just being a girl mom and like targeting kind of different demographics and different communities versus the traditional kind of like what I do or things like that. And what are some of the differences you see from creating your everyday content?
So I actually have two pages. So I have my family page and then I have my page. So my family page is just based off like my family content, our family travel, theme parks, stuff that we do as a family to basically inspire other families, you know, that they can do this too, that it's attainable. A lot of things that we do are like budget friendly, so that like we're basically there to inspire other families that they can go out and travel and see the world and do all of these things and not be on a tight budget. And then on my end is more, you know, the fun adult stuff. I go to restaurants, I go to bars, I find SoCal gems. Right now I'm touching in a lot of festivals and concerts, so that's kind of like my new thing for 2024. Yeah.
Good for you.
So we're going to see you at Coachella then.
Well, that already passed.
Oh, did it? I'm very uncool. Nobody invites me to things, so I don't know when the...
No one knew. No one knew at the time of this recording.
kidding,
That's
just
fine.
kidding.
Well, Chef
I went
talked
there.
about Mother's Day, so we spoiled it. It's fine. Time is a construct on podcast, everybody. It's fine.
So, what would you say your biggest recommendation to do as a family would be? Like, what would you say is your favorite thing to do with your family?
I'm in between theme parks and traveling. Like, I love the family travel. I love going to see different places. Like, we just got back on Sunday from Shelter Island in San Diego. So that was really cool. Like, it was away from like the hustle and bustle. It wasn't in the city. Like, the girls still got to see like, you know, the bay. We saw like the skyline, whatever, and like a bunch of seals. So like, we still got to see the beautiful San Diego, but you know, it was away from everything.
Yeah.
Close but far.
What's the age range of your girls?
They're 5 and 2.
Okay, so they're obviously very, very young. Are you looking, especially if theme parks is one of your answers, are you looking forward to when they get older and doing theme parks where the rides change a little bit and the experiences get a little more aggressive, shall we say, with the roller coasters and such?
I have a 5-year-old, so like her favorite ride at Disney is, oh my gosh, what's that ride at California Adventure where the thing drops?
is that Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is her favorite
Yeah.
ride. And when we do like mommy and daughter dates,
Trademark Disney. Don't come for us.
she literally always begs me to go on it. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. I was like, I wish your dad was here. So it's already starting. But I mean, Incredicoaster is like one of the only other rides I go on, at California Adventure. So it's starting for the most part. But I can't handle it anymore. Like my mom, I don't know. Ever since I became a mom, I just cannot handle those rides.
Honestly, I don't know what it was. The older I get, the less I like going on roller coasters. I don't know what it is. I used to love going to Knott's Berry Farm, Supreme Scream, Accelerator, all that. Now I don't
You realize the danger.
yeah, no. Like, I don't even know what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, and even like fair rides too. I'm like, I will never go on those crazy rides, you know?
Especially after you see the way they set up the fair rides. They're done in about a half hour. It's like, okay, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, that's true. So with you doing so many family adventures, have you ever gotten other families that have DM'd you and asked you like maybe advice for things they can do with their family? Like, have you ever given out advice for that?
Yeah, so we've actually developed kind of like our own community of like other families that, we talk to. We bounce ideas off of each other and we're like, hey, what works for you? What doesn't work for you? So it's kind of cool. You meet other families that do the same thing that you do. And then our kids like become friends and, when they see each other at events and stuff, like that's their own little group of friends,
That's so cool. So you've befriended families and met other families and then have put them in your community.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
same
awesome.
thing like with Monica, so like I met her through like events and all that stuff and then we're here together. It's kind of cool.
That is so awesome.
Right before this, we had Julia on from G's Footprints, and we were kind of laughing about the fact that before today in this podcast, I had the idea of putting out onto my followers and my Patreon and those people, like, hey, send me your kind of AMA questions. Like, send me some questions about Taco Tuesday, and I'll drop them to the group. They have not had a chance to see them. Julia didn't have a chance to see them. And I wanted to touch on a few with a couple of the more guests that we have. And I'd be curious about this one because there are a lot of single parents out there. I wanted to ask, because one of the questions I got, why would Taco Tuesday make for a great first date?
I mean, who doesn't love tacos?
Okay,
tacos,
short but sweet, fine.
margaritas,
Yeah.
Like who doesn't love tacos?
That's right. We're not questioning the values of, how did life get started? No, it's fine. You're right. Yeah, who doesn't love tacos and margaritas?
But I mean, sometimes you want to play it safe on a first date. You want to have shaky hands with chips and salsa, right? But my first date with my wife, that's what we did. So I stained up my pants. I stained my shirt. 10 years later, here we are.
See, you showed her who you really were, right?
I did. Salsa stains and everything.
That is funny.
That's a short answer, but a fair one. I like it.
That's very true.
Yeah. So just real quick, where can everybody find you on social media? What's your handle?
Both accounts.
So my handle is Everyday I'm Hustling. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And then my family page is Team Jones Takeover. So we're on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Starting YouTube Shorts, but slowly getting over there.
Okay.
All right. We will look
Respect.
forward to seeing you very soon in the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Thank you
awesome.
for having me.
Thank you for
so
coming
much for
on.
sitting down.
And happy first podcast.
Yay!
Good for you.
Yay!
Yeah. Cheers.
Love that. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Welcome back to the last episode of, well, not the last episode, but the last interview of the podcast here at Madero 1899. Today, we have our second podcast virgin, Claire.
Hi.
Claire,
Good
thank you so
evening.
much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your handle and what you do.
Okay, so I am a special education teacher assistant. I work with autistic students, emotionally disturbed students, all kinds of special education.
Good for you.
I am also a mom of 2 teenagers. And
Ooh, really good for you.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
talk to me afterward. It's not that good. And I started blogging about my journey as a mom of a tween and a toddler, and I coined the phrase tweenler. And now I am on social media. I do content creating for different brands on the side, and I'm here on the podcast with you.
And we're very lucky to have you.
Thank you.
So how did you get started in the special education? How, like, what made you want to pursue that?
So as far as I can think back, being in elementary school, I knew I wanted to do something where like I helped people. I wanted to give back. And initially, when I finished high school, I went into nursing. And I did nursing at Hoag Hospital. actually, for a while. And then after like the third, and it's gonna go real dark right now.
Okay.
After like the third person that passed away, like while I was there watching,
It happens.
I just couldn't do it anymore. I would go into the supply closet and call my husband crying, like, I can't do this. And he's like, you gotta grow thick skin, like if you're gonna do this. And I'm like, I can't. So I noticed. I requested to be switched to a different department. They said no, and so I quit. And then I ended up working at the school. They said some of my skills transferred over to working with special education students because they're on medication and some have like trachs and different things that they need taken care of. So it kind of like transferred over, and I've been there for like 8 years now.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, first and foremost, shout out for what you do. I mean, shout out to teachers everywhere, nurse practitioners everywhere, everybody who works in that. But
Very underappreciated.
I have special needs teachers that work in my family. I know how hard that is. So first and foremost, that's awesome. Awesome that you do that.
Thank you.
So, as obviously everybody can see now that we're winding this podcast down, it's starting to get a little raucous in here. You deserve a night out more than anybody.
Yes. Oh my
For real.
gosh. It's been as the school year wraps up. I'm sure you've seen all the memes. Like teachers, like it's like noon, 1 o'clock, and we're like done, and we're like just hanging on for dear life. Like we can't see the end soon enough. We're like, it's June 7th is almost here.
Yeah, you can't even turn to your coworkers and say, God, I can't wait for this day to be over. It's just a bunch of students.
No. Yes.
So you have to sit there and teach. Yeah, that's tough.
Yes. Yeah, but I love it, so.
Good for you.
Since we're talking about the night out and everything else, I'm sure you have had the opportunity to taste a little bit of the tacos.
I have.
Some of the margs. So
drinks.
give me your favorite taco that you have had here so far.
I had a little taste of the chicharrón verde.
Okay.
Delicious. But their watermelon margarita, it actually comes with a full-size, like, popsicle.
Yeah.
That was by far, like, the best treat.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
He's trying to get another one.
Let's get 6 of those.
Oh, they were
for the
delicious.
table.
It was delicious.
That's awesome.
My husband's like,
Yeah.
whoa. I was like,
So,
God.
do you just wait for the summers to come? Do you work through the summer, first of all?
I actually, every year I say I'm not going to do it, and I still sign up for extended school year. So I work through July.
Oh,
so
wow.
my
Okay.
summer is only August, and it's not even really full August. It's like 3 weeks in August that I have off, and that's it.
Yeah, because then school starts early September,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
First
Well,
week.
actually, no. It's end of August now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been out of school for a while, as everybody can see.
It used to be September, not anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, I just have 3 weeks in August, and I try to make the best of it. And like I cram in as many like road trips and whatever I can do. But no, I do extended school year. As much as I complain and I get home and I'm like telling my husband all these stories, I can't rip myself away from it.
Yeah. No, my mother-in-law, she's a 5th grade teacher, and she's been doing it for about 25 years, something like that.
See?
Oh, she can't wait. Like, right now, she is just jonesing for that summer
Yes.
sun. And she can't get far enough from the school.
Oh, yeah.
So it's interesting to hear a different
Yeah.
perspective. You kind of can't step away from it.
I think give me a couple more years, and I keep hearing my coworkers tell me you're still like in that honeymoon stage. Like you're like eager to come and change lives, and
Yeah.
just wait. And I'm like, don't tell me that.
8 years.
Couple
is
more
still the
years and you'll be
honeymoon?
whacking
Wow.
people with a
No,
ruler.
yeah, they say they keep telling me wait till like you hit 10, and I'm like, oh, okay. What happens at 10?
So a couple segments prior, I was joking that I had put some questions out to my followers about like, hey, like what are some of your questions about Taco Tuesday that you want us to ask each other? I didn't tell these guys before we started. I didn't
Okay.
tell any of the guests that we started.
Okay.
And there was one that was about what makes Taco Tuesday a great first date, but I want to alter that one a little bit, especially for somebody that really, really deserves it. You and your man, when you guys get a night out, what makes Taco Tuesday just a great date?
Oh my gosh. I think it's because I honestly think it's because it's right at the beginning of the week. Everyone's waiting for Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, or Friday because that's like the beginning of the
Diet
week.
Friday.
It's already the weekend. But I think Tuesday, it's like you went to work Monday, you're like, oh, it's Monday, and then you're like, oh my God, but tomorrow is Tuesday, and I get to go out and have delicious tacos and a couple of drinks.
Right.
I think like whoever, I don't know who invented that, who created that, but it's like Awesome, amazing, because it like gets you through that like beginning of the week where you're like miserable.
You need something to do in the first couple days of the week to be excited about. It's all about planning things to be excited about in the future, so you're not just, here we go, Monday, Tuesday morning, here we go. It's like, okay, I get through Tuesday, and then there's a little tequila waiting for me at the end.
You know what we do at my work, at my campus? We have Wing Wednesday.
Okay, that's
and we
cool.
actually look forward to it. Like, one of my coworkers goes and he gets wings from Wingstop.
Yep.
And we're like, it's Wing Wednesday in a couple of days.
That's a fun thing to look forward to.
Yes.
You made it sound like it was a weird thing, but I love wings. I feel like everybody loves wings.
Thank you.
Yeah,
okay,
so-
I feel bad. I don't feel so weird looking forward to that.
I love the idea of treating a night out like the NFL season. You're like, well, we got Monday, and then we got Thursday. Oh, and then we got Sunday.
Yes.
But then it's like, oh, you're like, cool. Then we got Tuesday. Then we got Wing Wednesday. And then we
Every
got
day
Thursday.
should be special.
Never
Suck it,
thought of
Monday.
like that. That's awesome.
Thirsty Thursday, and then you're only hungover for one day at
Right?
work. Although I feel like your job would be pretty tough to do with a hangover, and I'm sure you would never do that.
Never.
No one's ever done that.
Never.
No one has ever done that.
Of course.
Well, we'd be remiss before we let you go if we didn't talk about the content creation that you do.
Yes. I mean, what can I say? It's like my second passion. I get home from my day job as a teacher and I get to it. I love like working with brands and creating content and giving it my own personal touch. Like I said, I don't have little kids. My kids are teenagers, so I try to like incorporate them as much as I can. But they're like, "Ew, no, mom." So I'm learning to do things like on my own now, letting them go slowly.
Ryan, good for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool.
So I guess before the DJ gets started and everything gets too pumped up and loud in here.
Get started.
It's already
It's
already
late.
started.
So
It started.
I'm screaming over the DJ
They're
saying
waiting
before
for us to shut down.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
So, really quick, before we let you go, what is your Instagram handle? Where can people find you?
Yes, my Instagram handle is xo.clairenecessities. It's like the bare necessities.
Oh, I
love
got it
Disney.
right away, and that is
Thank
brilliant.
you. Yes.
Creative names. Goddamn, I like it.
If you go to my page, you'll see why. I'm a Disney freak. I love
If
Disney.
you mean when.
When you go on
When
my page.
I go follow your page,
Yes.
which is today.
Yes, follow.
Yep.
And all of you as well.
Yes.
I like that. That's awesome.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
rocking your first podcast. You crushed it.
You did. And thank you again for crushing it as a
Thank
teacher,
you.
too.
Aw.
Crawford did okay
Hi, buddy.
on the podcast.
Hi, buddy.
Love it. Thank you.
Not great, but good. I would say good.
We're going to grade
He's
afterwards.
all right. He's all right.
We're going to
He's
grade
okay.
her after this.
No, we're grading ourselves after this.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much. Happy Taco Tuesday. Enjoy it.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
All right, you guys. So I think that's going to wrap up today's series of podcasts we've done here at Madero 1899. Do not forget to go to TacoTuesday.com where you find all the tacos, all the podcasts, maybe a little tequila. You know what I mean? Who knows? There's something for everybody out there.
That's very true.
So,
Very true.
No, shout out to Madero 1899 for having us up here. Shout out to the entire restaurant group that helps run this place and all their other properties. If you guys are based in Orange County, come check this one out for Taco Tuesday. If you can't get here, go check out their other spots. They got a handful, and they absolutely all rock, and they're run by some really killer people.
Yeah.
I'm happy, man. I got a full drink. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, it's true. And thank you guys for having me on the podcast. Special guest hosting with you guys today. It's
Hell
been
yeah.
an absolute pleasure. And for those of you who are checking this out right now, share it with everybody because TacoTuesday.com podcast is something for everyone. And you guys are going to love the content that we create for you because
the podcast for the people. I don't know if that's trademark.
Podcast for the people.
For now, the podcast for the people.
That's right.
Shameless.
Bye.
Shameless.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no. Shameless. I was going to say shameless self-plug. If people want to follow you on social media.
That's right. If you guys want to follow me, I am the.perry.factor. That's where I'm at. You can follow me on Instagram, and that's where you'll see me.
Y'all know where to find me at The Best Seats. That is CEATS.
And I am just Corhapp, CORHAPP.
Go bug him the most. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
TacoTuesday.com.